Okay, guys, I want to do a quick video on factoring when you have two terms. When you have two terms, the options are always going to be squares or cubes. First of all, when you have squares, it has to be a difference. That means subtracting. So you're looking for two terms that are perfect squares, and they're subtracted. This problem I have on the screen now is one of those. So it's always going to be two sets of parentheses. And to me, these are always the easiest to factor. So what you do is see, what do you square to get 25? Well, it's 5. So we do 5 and 5. And then what do we square to get x squared? X and x. And then here, we're going to leave the signs out for a minute. What do you square to get 4? Is 2 times 2. And what do you square to get y? Y times y. And the signs for difference of squares is always plus or minus. So what you have in parentheses is exactly the same except for opposite signs. So those are usually the easiest. Just make sure that you do check for a GCF first before you work that out. So let's look at another problem. Let's say I had something like t cubed minus 8. Okay, so here, these are subtracted, but these are not squares, they're cubes. And so this is called a difference of cubes. You can have addition or subtraction with cubes. So I'm going to kind of show you how to work this. These are kind of more complicated, unfortunately. So the first set of parentheses that you use with cubes, you just write down what you would cube to get each term. So to get t cubed, you would cube t. And to get 8, 8 is 2 cubed. So we're going to use 2. Leave the signs out. Okay, the second set of parentheses always has 3 terms. Okay, this is the one time where you factor where you have a binomial and a trinomial. So then what we do is you take the first term here in the parentheses and square it. T squared is just t squared. Then we take the last term, is 2, square it, so 2 squared is 4. And then to get the middle term, we take both of these and multiply them together. So t times 2 is 2t. Okay. Then you go back and put in the signs. I use something called SOAP. Okay. It stands for same, opposite, and then always positive. So the first sign is the same as the one that you have in the problem, so it'll be minus. The second sign is always the opposite, so it'll be plus. And the last sign, no matter what, is always positive. So I know this is kind of a mess, but this is your full answer right here. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. If you guys have more questions, please let me know.